So welcome to another episode of Professor Haven's Science Cabin. Today we're down on the farm again at Tug Hill Farm in Morrison, Illinois. And we're going to answer that question of how do they get all the grain out of the bottom of the grain bin? Because we all know the grain bin holds the grain, but how do you get it out of the bottom? Do you have to shovel it all, or just how does that work? So come with me, and we're going to show you how. So the trick to it is, if you look behind me here, that floor is pretty clean. We got most of the grain off of that already. How do we do that? Well, here's how we're doing it. It's a device that's called a bin sweep. It has a motor in the middle, and it has an auger running all the way across it. Now, as I've said before, on the farm we always got to think about safety. You have to be super careful around that auger because it is a wide open flighting that you could get into. So you have to treat it with the respect it deserves. But the way that bin sweep works is it's got a little rubber wheel out there on that end, okay? And that rubber wheel rubs on the floor to make that auger want to move forward. So the auger moves forward. The boards that are on the back of it keep the grain from just spilling over and getting away. And the auger moves it to the middle of the grain bin and lets the grain bin's normal auger take the grain out and put it in the grain cart or the semi or whatever you're using. In our case, it's taking it outside through two other augers, the floor auger and the auger that goes up to the wagon, and putting it in our grain cart. So now you have the answer to how do you get the grain out of the bottom of the grain bin without a ton of manual labor. There is some manual labor. I still have to follow along with a small shovel and a broom and clean up behind it. But as you can see, it leaves very little. It does a very nice job. So I hope you learned something new today on Professor Haven's Science Cabin, and I hope you can use that sometime in your future. And I wish you a wonderful day. Hope to see you again in another episode. Take care.